I'm going to go ahead and kick us off. My name is Lindsay Record, and on behalf of the Springfield Public Schools Foundation, good morning. Thank you for being here today. Thanks for joining our breakfast club. I'm the vice president. I'm filling in today for our president, Kendra Newman, who couldn't be here. I do want to do a quick shout out to our foundation board members. Can you give a raise of hand, please? We have a few here with us today. And Julie, she's downstairs. Oh, she's downstairs. Okay. So just to set the stage here, I'm going to tell you a little about myself. I'm a proud graduate of District 186, and I have 2 children who are current students. And when I think back to the time of when I was a student, like the things that are the most memorable to me are things that were like hands-on, engaging, that connected us to like the real world and life outside of the classroom. We did an egg drop. Anybody else do that? The egg drop in science class. Yes, my egg did not break, and I got a full-size candy bar as a present, or as a prize for it not breaking. Very memorable. We did a cultural festival where we researched countries and made food ourselves and brought it in to share with our classmates. There was an invention project where we came up with an invention, and we had to draw it, write a marketing campaign for our invention. We had to explain it and present it to our classmates. Those are the kinds of things that really stick with me, as a student. And that's exactly what the Springfield Public Schools Foundation is here to do, is to help District 186 students have those hands-on learning opportunities that will stick with them and serve them for the rest of their lives. So our official mission is the foundation works to champion the strengths of District 186 to raise community support and fund innovation to address the changing needs of educators and students. So again, we raise funds from the donations of generous community members to give out grants to classroom teachers who can apply to do the kinds of hands-on learning activities they may not be able to do otherwise. So the last thing is, I really love District 186 always does a theme of the year, and it's Connect 186. And I think that that's just beautifully represents what the foundation does, is we connect the community to the classroom. So thank you so much for being here, for learning more about the foundation. And I'm going to pass it over to Superintendent Jennifer Gill, who's going to tell us more about how District 186 is connecting with students. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for being here in our brand new PD room. Obviously, this is not a brand new building to the community, but it is to us. And we're very thankful for H.D. Smith and Chris and Dale Smith for coming to me right before the pandemic, and they said, we have a building that's going to be vacant. And of course, that seems like forever ago now when you think about the time. But during the pandemic, obviously things were on hold, and we were, Nikki and I visited it one day right before we had to shut down our schools, and it was pretty much our vision throughout all of the pandemic to think about how we could make this a reality. So you're sitting today in a building that's worth about $15 million, and then you think about if any of you want to go on a tour, every single piece of furniture, except for these new PD tables that we got because they roll, and it's easier for me. I don't lift tables. You can see I'm 5 foot, so I don't do that. We got some nice rolling tables, but every other piece of furniture in this building was provided. All the appliances. It's amazing the amount of gift that we were given in this building. And what it did was help us connect ourselves to each other better. We had 5 different administrative buildings across the district, and they were spreading out my cabinet to where we couldn't talk or have really good, efficient conversations and work processes during the day. And now we have everyone under this building except for our operations and maintenance and food service and some of our technicians that fixed our computers because they had specialized shops and things that they needed to keep where they were located. So bringing us all together. You'll see the vibrant District 186 work when you walk through the building in a little bit, and I just want to give a shout out to my school board who voted yes for us to make this move, and we have two of our school board members here, Ken and Sarah, if you'd like to wave. Thank you for being here, I really appreciate it. So once again, welcome to our new center, and I wanted to give you some highlights about how our facilities are connecting us to our community a little bit further. It's been the bulk and focus of our district to improve our facilities over the last few years, while we're still doing all those great instructional practices and exciting things for kids as well. But when you see the excitement in the students' eyes for what's coming up with their facilities, it's pretty amazing. So we want to play just a very short video from O'Shea Builders. They have been our construction managers on this project, and it'll give you a little overview of Lamphere and where it has been, and then I'll show you a few pictures of where it is today and our hopes and dreams. And it will be finished.
I'm Adam Schmidt, and I'm a project manager with O'Shea Builders.
Max Durker, I'm a senior project manager with O'Shea Builders.
For Lamphere High School.
It's been over a year. We mobilized out here in March of last year. This project has provided a whole lot to do, a whole lot to think about. When we talk about major building demolition, major building renovations, and major building additions, and a whole lot of site work, upgrades to Memorial Stadium. Right now, the main push is on the renovation work, because we've got some areas that need to be ready for the school session that's going to start in a couple of weeks.
Where that's most evident right now is Memorial Field. So that was a grass football field, no major concession building. You know, there's a new kitchen, which is a really nice kitchen, two brand new athletic locker rooms with bathrooms, new turf field, track got resurfaced. It's night and day different, and that'll be one of the first things the public is to see. What's the first day? August 25th?
25th, right?
Yeah,
Nice
so
lights out there.
that's also Springfield High School's home football field, and that's district-wide, something that everybody gets to use.
Actually, two gyms, new gyms, but they'll keep the names from the old facilities. So the new big competition gym where we're standing will be the new Lobernica Gymnasium. Also built a new, smaller wrestling gym, which is the new Gardner Gym. Serves as their storm shelter as well. So brand new facilities that look forward to moving into in the future.
The new commons area will have a big atrium, 3 stories up. You'll be able to look into some of the classrooms from there. There'll be a super long skylight, probably about 60 feet or more than 60 feet, but it'll be spaces that's real transformed to their current commons area, so that'll be really cool. Yeah, well, my cafeteria when I went to school, you know, standard closed off building, no natural light. This will be all wide open, you know, a lot of natural light.
There's a lot of existing classrooms that got completely renovated, so they'll look like new facilities. And like Adam was talking about, the ones that are in a portion of the building that sort of face that new atrium, glass walls on the back, they look drastically different than what they had here before, and I think they're really going to enjoy it.
Yeah, I'd say one of the most exciting parts of this that is still yet coming out of the ground is the theater building. It'll be something that nowhere else in Springfield has. It'll be 2-story or 2 levels, so there's a lot that goes into that and a lot that still has to be built, but it'll be state-of-the-art when it's done.
You know, high performance audio visual systems in there, just the likes of which they haven't seen here before. It's going to be a really, really cool space. Yeah, I think it's been interesting, maybe unfortunate for certain classes to have to live through the construction experience, because we're out here for a year. We've got a little ways to go before we'll be done. Those classes moving into full new facilities is exciting. And as they've talked about, kind of an overall shot in the arm for this north side of Springfield. You see the transformation here on this Lamphere High School campus. As people drive by, they're excited about it. A bunch of new site work, new bus lane. But the look of the original high school building from 1936 will still be there. It's a lot of new facilities and new stuff to be excited about, but still capturing what was always the original Lamphere High School. We're just happy to be a part of it.
All right, so pretty exciting. And now I'll show you some pictures of the updated
I'm
building
Adam
and where
Schmidt, I'm
it
project
is.
manager.
We'll get it moved on there. All right. So the Lamphere hallways, these are the brand new hallways that our students have already moved into. You see that each hallway has some different coloring with their tiles in the ceiling. That's just wayfinding colors, you know, just helping to separate the different floors and the different grade levels and subject areas. All the lockers have these really cool ledges. I'll show you a picture of those in a minute. And then on the other side, you have workstations and outlets in the hallways. All of our students have laptops, so having that be able to charge up real quick in the morning if you haven't done your job the night before. I do that all the time. Like if Peter and I have a meeting, I'm like, well, where's my board? And trying to figure it all out. Bright lighting, easy to clean floors, and they're also very soft on the feet when you walk and not noise, you know, kind of noise resistant. So everything is just amazing about the open hallways. These were the old hallways. These were the ones that used to be pretty dark and dim, and so now you can see what they're able to do with great lighting and tiles and everything. New lockers and shelves with electrical outlets, so you can see above your locker. You know how kids used to put their stuff on the floor and then it stays there? Don't do that. You got to put it up. Yeah, so, and then there's outlets right above. So, I mean, I know we'll probably have kids leave some stuff up there too, but at least it's not on the floor and it's a little cleaner and they're able to get into their lockers a little bit easier. And just having new lockers in District 186 is amazing. Pretty sure those lockers are about 100 years old at Lamphere and Springfield High. So the locks on them look like they were 100 years old. This is a brand new science wing that was in session this entire semester. So you can see the new flexible chairs and seating. Most of our schools are going to those. We've made a big push to do that. It was important during COVID to be able to have table-like atmospheres, but also separate if we needed to distance from one another. So these types of furniture are kind of the new way of being, where they're individual desks if you want, and they go together in either a circle or a star shape. And then we also have standing desks available. We know that some students, I stand at work now to type most of my day, and students are expected to sit in a chair that may be even too small for them for the entire day. So with this new flexible furniture, it is so helpful, and you can see people can put their leg up a little bit, and it's just been a new revolution for us to be able to have different seating for different people based on their needs and their preference. It's another science classroom. This is a biology lab. You can see that we have exponential cabinets, which make teachers very, very happy, so that things aren't sitting out or boxed up. And then also we have Apple TV devices and screens in every classroom. And you can see some more of those flexible furniture. This is actually a wobble chair. Now, I don't know if I would have chosen that, because I probably would have fallen off of it, but some kids, they don't mind that movement during the day. And it's kind of been popular in offices. You walk around, you'll see exercise balls and different things that people are sitting on. So we just want to give students some options during the day. So this is going to be the new commons. You can see the skylight is now installed at top, giving it all that natural lighting. On the far right-hand side over here, you have all the classroom space that will look down. On the left, you see the exterior facade of the original building is still being preserved and utilized inside rather than being covered up. And this is the important thing, and Ms. Blissett loves this. This is the new entrance, and you can see the drywall is going up in there, but for the esports room that we're going to have there. And it'll be state-of-the-art and like nothing else and downstate. But a lot of eating and gathering spaces when this is all put together with furniture. You're going to see some tall tops, some booths, some tables, individual spaces where people can learn and eat. So it is going to be a lot more like a college campus when you walk in terms of how the common space is set up. So this is the finished Lamphere Gardner Gymnasium. This is the auxiliary gym. So this is also serving as a storm shelter. By school code and law now, we have to build a storm shelter if we rebuild or comprehensively reconstruct a building. So this building, we always had a wrestling gym. It was kind of the old gym there. And we named it after somebody who was a wrestling star. And this is the way it looks now. It's completely done. The floor's in, and the floor is being laid in the new Lobernica gym this week. So things are moving along very quickly. This is the brand new auditorium. This is with the roof is on, so you can start to see a little bit of how it's coming to shape. You can see the catwalk behind that will serve for the sets and lighting. And you can see the way that they're getting ready to pour in the concrete for all the different levels of the auditorium. All right, so moving on to Springfield High School. So this looks like a big blob, but I wanted to do this one to show you where the new Springfield High School will be sort of situated on its current property. So right here, this whole block was a row of businesses, homes, and lots, and it was also a parking lot. The parking lot was like right in this area, it still exists there. But we have purchased all of the property along Monroe Street between Parker and Lewis, save 2 lots, which cross your fingers, we're almost there. And it's interesting doing the sales of land, you know. I don't know why anybody would want property there. It's like attached to a high school. But it is almost complete. So this is going to be the new big competition gym right here. This is going to be the new storm shelter gym. This is going to be the office section, and I'll show you another picture in a minute. This will be the cafeteria and the full commons, like you just saw, very similar at Lanphier High School. This is going to be the portion of the high school that we renovate and completely redo inside. And then this is still the commons, but it'll become the art wing and kind of have like an artistic wing. The music will be kind of in and behind the stage so that they have easy access onto the stage. And then this is the science wing that was renovated and built in about, I don't know, late 90s, late 80s, early 90s, I believe is when that was installed. So this, you can see, will have expansion of parking over here. That's a really big, important piece to the students at Springfield High. And we're also looking at other places for parking that will be safe and accessible to the building. We're wanting to, we did buy the little, this little store right here too, that it's a pet store, and now I think it's been vacated. So we purchased that property so that we can maybe have a safer landing zone as we cross Monroe there. It's been a little scary and had some accidents there, and we want to make sure we take care of that concern. So with Springfield High, this is more like the blueprint, so you can start to see these are the administrative offices. You'll have student entrances here and student entrances here. Then you have, you know, all the admin offices are here with the storm shelter gym and that competition. And once again, it's going to look just like Lanphier's with the competition floor that's on the bottom and then 2 full gymnasium floors on the top wings with brand new locker rooms and all of that. For the first time ever, this is important, Whitney, boys and girls bathroom on both sides of the school.
Oh.
Isn't that cool? So when you're on the right side and you have to go to the bathroom, you don't have to worry about being late. Yeah, you don't have to walk around.
Makes sense.
This has been a problem growing up since our very early years. I had never understood boys on one side and girls on
Keep them separate.
because it's a big school. There was no way to get to the bathroom on time. Yeah. So, and it'll be the teachers will appreciate it too, because they can actually give us a pass and we'll get back in a good amount of time. Another cool thing is this is going to be a grassy area back here behind. And so we really, where the old gym is now, that'll be torn down and become a grassy area. We haven't had any area with grass to do any physical activity or just maybe have some courtyard time where they go out and sit and have lunch or anything and forever. So that'll be nice in that. So these are just how the wings will work real quickly. This is the entrance level floor here. So when you come in here or here, this admin has been flipped to this side, but this is going to be our life skills classes, our family, home ec and business departments, our math wing, our art wing will be down there in the current commons, and then the science. On the second floor, it'll be the second tier of the athletics, and then you'll have foreign language on the first floor, the auditorium, and all the social science classes, and then you'll have music that's kind of behind back here that has easy access to the auditorium. And then on the third floor and the fourth floor, if you didn't know, Springfield High is the tallest school. We're going to have a 2-story library media area. The English department will be accessible to the media area, and the English is so big that it kind of takes up all of that upstairs. On the first floor, where the current offices are, that's going to be like a community room that'll have some dividers so that they can be made into a class for one period, or if they want to have an event like this and, you know, their boosters and PTO and things like that to have a place to gather. They've really never had something like that at Springfield High. So we are going to start that work. You're going to see hopefully dirt moving and some things happening this summer to get things started and off. And so we'll start to see some of that construction zone we're kind of used to it driving down Monroe because they seem to be doing something pretty major at the Capitol. So we just add a few more trucks and it'll be no problem at all. But there will be growing pains for moving in and around the building, but we think it'll go fairly quickly, and it will be phased in. And the biggest phase that will start at the beginning is the addition and the new gymnasium. And then there's also going to be additional, I wanted to show you this too, like this little row is an additional 3-story building that will be built off the back for additional classroom space as well. And that will be in the first phase because we want to have places to move students to while we're doing some of the other construction and having to cordon off certain areas. So we're excited. Science Wing will still be operational. Here's just a couple of renderings. This is what some of the view will look like inside the Commons area. Pretty awesome. That's that long thing, yeah. So this is where you go in right now, the 2 doors where you go in. So this is the facade of the building, and then we're going to keep some of that historical nature, and then that'll be the new building on the right. And then this is Southeast. So we've got the first phase of their project starting this summer as well. They're going to get a renovation of their entire athletic complex outdoors. So as you can see, we're going to add some more parking in behind the pool here that's owned by the Park District. This will be a complete redo of the practice field and outdoor space for PE class. These are portions of the track and field. And then they're going to get a brand new track laid. They're going to keep their grass natural turf. And that's kind of nice to have one AstroTurf and one regular turf in town. In case something goes wrong with either one, we've got the option to use the other facility. We're going to put brand new buildings in here for locker rooms and restrooms and the coaches area and referee area. These will be concessions and restrooms over here for the public. You'll park in these 2 parking lots. This parking lot too that's existing will be expanded quite a bit and made to be 2 full rows and things of that nature. This will where you come in and check in, and then this will be like a little gathering area, once again with concessions off the back. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. They'll get a new press box. They'll get new storage. We're going to add a little area up here for people to, like coaches and refs and our ambulance to be able to park and be ready for a game and all of those things. So that phase is coming this summer. It might go into the school year a little bit, so we may be having Southeast football just like we did for them. They'll come out to Memorial and we'll use their field until we can get that all done for them. But it is going to be beautiful and fully renovated and have a really nice appeal when you walk up, just like we did at Memorial Stadium. The phase after that will be inside the building. This is their current gym, and it is not air conditioned, so we're going to air condition the bowl. We're going to add new locker rooms, and we've already done their entire auditorium and all of their restrooms inside the building, so this will be the next phase there. And in a third phase, you will have this is going to be a district facility for indoor track. We don't need an indoor track at all 3 schools, but we do need an indoor track in our community. We're missing out on meets that we could have and things that we could host. Some of you may have seen Mount Zion's or Illinois College. That's what it's going to look like, and be available to all of our different athletes that would have use for an indoor facility, but it will be an extra gym space for Southeast during the school day, which is very much needed. They only have 1 gym floor, so this will be theirs, and then they will have to also do a storm shelter somewhere in there eventually as well. So with all of that being said, that is where we're phased with Southeast, with the addition of there is going to be a walkway from this area all the way down here, and then a brand new entrance to Southeast. You know, when you walk in now, it's a little echoey and it's kind of an overhang. It's nice because you're out of the rain, but it's echoey. So we're going to redo the front entrance as well. So that's where Southeast is going to take us. And then once again, we have 2 new elementary schools that'll be coming on board. We're going to start plan design on Owen Marsh, and our new school has already been in plan design. We're just working on purchasing some land at this time to get those things moving forward. So once again, connecting ourselves to the community is the #1 thing that we want to do. We know that we want everybody to see District 186 as a viable and amazing option, but here are some things that we've been working on in the district. First of all, you'll all be getting an invitation. We have those dates reset for December. We thought this building would be ready a little bit too soon. We thought we had the timing worked out, but we pushed it back a little bit. What Portrait of a Graduate is it the community coming and talking with us about what you need in our next generation of workers in our community. So from every industry, from non-for-profit to our largest industry, to our medical community, to our education partners, we want people to tell us what they need in our young graduates. The ones that are going on to college and career, the opportunities that we can create and grow together. And I've already been talking with the Chamber about an amazing opportunity to possibly have some job fairs and things like that in the spring to get you acclimated with the kids that we have in our district and the things that they can provide to this community. And of course, our goal is to always get them to choose Springfield as their next place to live and grow. So the next thing we've been working on is school-wide AVID. That's advancement via individual determination. It's our college and career-going curriculum that we have in our schools. And it really isn't anything where we're just hardcore teaching about college or career. What we're doing is teaching them the things that they need to be successful when they get to college or career, and how they can advocate for themselves, along with exposing them to all the opportunities that are out there. We have a brand new math series, and that is K-12, and it's multiple series, and it's all throughout all of our schools now. Clear Math is our elementary curriculum, and then we went with a few different companies for the curriculums in middle and high school to serve our students. We also are under adoption this year for a literacy curriculum, and that will be a K-5 curriculum and also in our middle schools. So they're working very hard right now to look what's out there in the market and adopt the best series that we possibly can. We are working diligently to understand our data, see where all of our data points are, focus on equitable outcomes for every student. Our definition of equity is providing students with the things that they need to learn and thrive, and everybody needs something different. So understanding what students need and then providing those opportunities. We have a very large equity initiative underway, and it's been very successful, and we had a lot of great community support. We're working on welcoming environments. I saw Terrence, but family and community engagement, and our family and community engagement liaisons that are out in our school have chosen welcoming environments as a focus area this year to make sure that we're letting students have everything and every opportunity that they have when they walk in to get the things that they need. And last but not least, we moved Springfield Learning Academy from the Lawrence Adult Education Building, and it's over on Laurel. We moved that to the mall. What was that called? MTI? ITT was that one. So it was the ITT space on the ground level by the Macy's, where you go in and there's a mall entrance. Right to the left of that was an already built-out school because it was a job training school. And so we purchased that or renting that through an agreement, and we have all of our Springfield Learning Academy and Lawrence Adult Ed. So you would think that, wow, that's not that big of a difference. We've had probably 85 students already take us up on the adult programming there because there's a bus line that goes all day long. And it's much more accessible. There's a huge parking lot. And I think students that have maybe had to restart in life, they look at this as like, hey, I'm kind of going somewhere different. It's completely new and exciting. I like the idea that we're in the mall and trying to make that the best place it could be because, I grew up with the mall in my midst and watched it get built, actually. What?
Several kids are
Oh, right. So he reminded me that a lot of the kids have found jobs now at the mall or the surrounding areas. They go to school during the day, and then they have the jobs right there that they can
And the
walk to.
stigma of being in a school building. is
It's
kind of
different.
erased.
It does feel like a junior college when you're out there. That's really what it looks and feels like when you walk in. And we were able to renovate it a little bit and give it a little bit of love. It was a little bit of an older space, but the mall's been really good to work with. And that's just another update. So really, that's the entire presentation I had. I just wanted to see if there was any questions from any of you that you might want to ask. Yes, ma'am?
COVID, how do you think the kids are doing after COVID, and how does our district compare to others with problems we're
The
having?
opportunity loss for some of our kids was really severe. One place that we're seeing it, of course, is when you take the state test, and we're not exactly where we were right before COVID, However, everything is sort of changed. When you think about a third grader who was taking the state test, they were not in half their kindergarten year and first grade year and maybe part of their second, depending on what their family chose for them. It's been hard. It's been really hard to get over that hump, but we're getting there. We're climbing. And at the same rate, the feds didn't change the cut scores, and in fact, they increased them this year. So it just kind of all hit us hard. So I think when you read the newspaper in a few weeks and the test scores come out, just give us a little grace and spread the news that we're doing well. I think where we also have seen a need is with social emotional learning. A lot of students and families changed during that time, and I still feel like I have a bit of PTSD. Like I haven't quite woken up and realized that we went through that. But I know that we've got the right things in place, and I couldn't thank our community partners like Compass. I know you would get, there we go, with our summer learning loss programs. It was amazing, and we were able to expand to 5 with some of our federal funding and the community support. And then many of the other partners, the YMCA created a great program. We had the Springfield Art Association had a program going, Camp Invention. We were able to take that up to, I think, 2 sessions this summer, and we were just really blessed with our community partners to say, hey, let's roll up our sleeves and see what we can do. Now, we do have a little bit of a cliff coming. Some of the funding that we'd utilized for all of that with our, it was called, well, it was ARP, but ESSER funding for schools. That's going to diminish at the end of really the beginning of next school year. This summer, we're fine. So we'll just have to roll up our sleeves and see what we need for community support at that time. Yeah, thank you. Good question. It's a bad word, though, COVID. It's still in our midst. Here's the fun thing. We got a rating from the state on chronic truancy. At the same time, they were telling us, if you have a symptom, stay home. So chronic truancy is any absence that you incur, whether it's rightful or not rightful. It's not a truancy number. It's any day out. So it just made me laugh. I'm like, I think we're supposed to stay home. But living in a pandemic's different for everybody. Any other questions? All right. Well, I know I'm speaking to the choir here. I've got some partners in the community that work with us regularly, the foundation, some of you who have supported us with our construction. Thank you. Thanks for the Southeast Designs, the new school's coming soon, all those good things. So, thank you for being here.
I do have one
Yes,
other.
more.
So in the schools where you've made changes, what effect do you think it has on the students' attitudes towards learning, and do you see a difference?
I think we do,
About
and I think
environment.
we see a wow factor. I mean, the students who are struggling that we need to support, we're always going to have those needs, but I do know that they feel like a sense of awe. The 5th graders, when they go in the middle schools and they see all the cool commons areas and cafeteria spaces that we're able to add. And we have another whole phase that will come in a few years with adding more gym space to our middle schools. And we're just really excited about everything we've been able to do. And I can't imagine what the Lanphier students, after going to school in the Edison wing in a real tight area, what they'll feel like when they get to go in that gym and play basketball. And I mean, I think it's also giving us some real good level playing fields with other local districts, if not across the state. And I think we'll be able to host events here now and all of those things, and that's all a pride point for not only the students, but our community. All right.
Thank you so much,
Hey,
Superintendent Gill, for that update. I'm Emily Wright. I'm in my 2nd year on the foundation board, and one of the things I really like about being a part of the foundation is knowing a lot more than I did before about what is going on in the school district. We have 4 children in high school, middle school, and elementary school, and I thought I was kind of in touch, but I've learned so much being a part of the foundation board. So anyway, thank you for presenting to our board and at the meeting here today. And thank you guys all for coming out bright and early on it's kind of hard to get up and going this early for me, so I appreciate all of you guys doing the same thing. There are QR codes on your table if you feel like donating. There's a donation box as well if you want to support the work of the foundation. We appreciate all the people who support us all year long. And also, if you're here partially because you're curious about these new administrative buildings, Julie said they're going to be organizing some tours, so if you want to stick around, we're going to have some small groups get to tour the facilities. Otherwise, please help yourself to any treats and coffee before you head out, and have a great day.